Good morning. How are you today? I'm so glad that you joined me. So today we're doing another live kids yoga session, and I'm excited. I still get to share a little bit of yoga and meditation and mindfulness with the kiddos I usually see during the week, and I get to reach a few others. So I am so excited to be here with you today. And if you miss the live session, it stays on my business page and is also uploaded to my YouTube channel, Kidding Around Yoga with Tina. So even if you miss the live session, it's okay. You can watch it later and hopefully introduce yoga and meditation and mindfulness to your whole family. So that's the nice perk of being able to do this virtually, is usually I only get to see preschoolers, for the most part preschoolers, and now I get to reach a wider audience. So welcome. So thank you so much for joining today, and I have a really good, fun, energetic class to share with you today. We're going to be doing the activity song from Kidding Around Yoga called Down by the Bay, and it's got really silly lyrics to it and a lot of poses. So we're going to get our bodies moving, our minds and bodies still, and hopefully get a little balance into your life while you're learning to be at home a little bit more. So as we get started, go ahead and grab a mat, and if you don't have a mat, that's okay. Just find a soft place that you can do your yoga today. So welcome, and thanks for being here with me today. I'm excited to share with you today. Okay, so join me in a seated position, and we'll go ahead and get our warm-up started. So crisscross applesauce. Draw the top of the head up towards the sky. So the crown of your head up towards the sky, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a big breath out. Deep breath in through your nose, and a big breath out. Stretch up, wiggle your fingers, and bring your hands all the way in front of you. Slide those hands in front. Keep your sit bones, or the bones that we sit upon, on the carpet or your mat, and get a nice stretch through the hips. See if you can bring your forehead down towards the floor. And then place your elbows on the floor, your chin inside your hand. For TV watching pose, we can also call this reading a story pose. So on the count of 3, everybody tell me what you're watching on TV these days. 1, 2, 3. I'm watching too much news. And then lower the hands down, drop the chin to your chest, roll all the way back up. Take a deep breath in, raise your arm up and over, say hello hand, and reach to the other side, hello other hand, and come back to center. Look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, and then slowly like a sloth, look all the way around. There's 1, and 2, and 3. Other direction, because the golden rule of yoga is what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. 1, 2, and 3. Shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then all the way around. 1, 2, 3. Other direction. 1, 2, and 3. Smell the flower. Blow out the candle. Smell the flower. Blow out the candle. Stretch your long, strong legs out in front of you, knees and toes pointed up. Find those sit bones connected with the earth. Reach up tall and forward fold. Come all the way back up. Put the bottoms of the feet together. Bring the heels all the way into the body, holding onto the bottoms of your feet in butterfly pose. Maybe flap your butterfly wings, and on the count of 3, tell me what color butterfly you feel like today. 1, 2, 3. I'm feeling yellow today. It's a cheerful color. And crisscross applesauce. Take one hand to your opposite knee, crossing your midline. Sit up nice and tall. Twist, look over your shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Twist a little deeper. And come back to center, switching sides, crossing your midline again. Take a deep breath in through your nose, lift, and on the exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Coming back to center, planting the feet on your mat or the carpet, knees pointed up. Bring your fingertips and your palms behind you, fingertips pointed towards your back. So lift up the hips into reverse table, tip the head back for a nice long spine. Take 3 long breaths here. And then to make it a little tricky, step the legs out long for reverse plank. Lift those hips up nice and long, tall. 2 more breaths. And a long, slow exhale. Crisscross, applesauce. Coming back to neutral. Sitting up nice and tall, find finger to thumb, finger to thumb. Back of the hands, right on top of your lap, getting ready for our meditation. Peace begins with me. And just as a reminder, meditation is a way that we can bring stillness to our brains and to our bodies. It helps us to think before we speak and think before we act, so we can speak with a little more patience and kindness and love, and we can act with a little more peace and kindness and justice. So it brings a pause to our brain and to our body before we speak and before we act. So the meditation that we do in my class from Kidding Around Yoga is called Peace Begins with Me. And we'll say it 3 times out loud, 3 times in the whisper, and then we'll close our eyes and think it inside our beautiful brains for 1 whole minute. And the reason we use our fingers to thumbs, it helps our brain to focus on something a little bit closer to our insides and less of the noise and the commotion that you might be hearing on the outside. So as you consider that, just start bringing your body up nice and tall, crown of the head up towards the sky, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, maybe bringing the belly button in towards the backbone a little bit. Always moving our fingers with each word that we say. So 3 times out loud, 3 times in a whisper, and then 1 minute inside our brains with our eyes closed or our eyes looking right in front of our crisscross. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Now whisper, peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Now closing your eyes, try to still your body as much as possible. And think it inside your brain for 1 whole minute. If you get distracted by a noise in your home or a noise from outside, just take a deep breath and begin again. So thinking peace begins with me. Inside your brain while moving your fingertips, calming the body, letting stillness wash over your whole body, your whole brain. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big breath out. Take a moment and notice how your brain feels. Check in and notice how the body feels. Maybe take a moment and think about something that you really love about yourself. Think about something that makes you proud of yourself. And then I invite you to take a minute and think about something that you love about your family, something that you're grateful for about your family. And then maybe send a little love to your teachers and your classmates or to the people in your community. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, wiggle your nose, give yourself a big hug and a pat on the back. Say, good job, me, and then kiss your brain to hold on to it for the rest of the day. So nice work. So for anybody that's new to Peace Begins With Me meditation, it does take practice. A lot of times we work up to meditating for a whole minute, but even my youngest yoga students can sit there and move their fingers. It is a practice, so it is not something that even us grown-ups are good at when we first start. But the important thing is to practice stillness, to practice feeling that it's okay to be still. It's not in our nature to be still. So even just bringing a little bit of that centered calm into our brains. I usually meditate first thing in the morning so that I can start my day a little bit more centered. But some people do it at night, some people do it in the middle of the day, but the Peace Begins With Me can be used any time of the day. So when tensions are getting high or stress level is high or the family feels out of sorts, it's sometimes just that easy little meditation that everyone can take a deep breath in through their nose, a big breath out, and then just quietly sit there moving their fingers and just thinking the mantra, Peace Begins With Me, inside their brain to kind of calm everything down just a little bit. So today's activity song is one of my favorites. We did the yogi slide last week, and that one also has a lot of yoga poses in it. This week we're doing Down by the Bay, and it's the same tune as the childhood favorite, but this one is really silly. So I'm going to show you, we're going to learn all of the poses that go into the song, and by the end of it you'll be ready for resting pose, or that's my intention at least. So let's go ahead and get started. So coming into cow pose, now in the song it says, have you ever seen a cow that says meow? So it's a really it tries to get your brain tricked a little bit. So for cow pose, we're going to bring shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, nice long spine. And then we're going to bring the tailbone up, looking towards the front of the mat, belly button towards the mat. And instead of mooing during the song, we're going to meow. So inhale. And then instead of moo, we're going to say meow, 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 meow. And then we'll come back to the rest of the song. The next pose that we're going to do is called boat pose. So we've already talked about sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones, the bones in our hips that we sit upon. And then for boat pose, we're actually going to rock away from the sit bones, and it helps us to keep a nice long back or a long spine. And then toes can be connected to the mat. You can float the arms up for boat pose. You can also float the legs up parallel with the floor. So your choice, wherever you are today, remembering that our balance and our flexibility tend to be different every single day. So for boat pose, floating the arms and the legs, and then you can actually feel like you're rowing a boat. A lot of times in my classes, we'll sing row, row, row your boat to see if we can hold the posture a little bit longer. For this one, it's going to be, have you ever seen a boat floating on a goat? Like I said, it's silly, but it gets us laughing and being silly. So flower pose. Flower pose, you're going to sit with the bottoms of the feet together, but the heels away from the body. So we did butterfly pose and our warm-ups. This time we're going to release the heels away from the body for flower pose. This one is another balancing. So to balance, you're going to rock away from the sit bones, take your hands, palms together, send them through and then underneath. So another way that I've seen the kids get into this pose is starting from the bottom and then using their arms to lift and float the legs up. So this is flower pose, and it says in the song, have you ever seen a flower taking a shower? So you can imagine washing your hair, maybe scrubbing an armpit, maybe scrubbing your belly. So have you ever seen a flower taking a shower? And then we're moving into, have you ever done a dance with ants in your pants? So we'll start with dancer pose. And the golden rule of yoga is what you do on one side, you have to do on the other. So standing on one foot, grasping onto the top of the other, balancing. So we're pressing the top of the foot into the hand, and then we can lean forward for dancer pose. And then switching sides. And then in the song, you'll pretend to be shaking the ants out of your pants. Cobra. So in the song it says, have you ever seen a snake baking a cake? So snake pose is also cobra pose. So bringing your belly button all the way down to your mat. And then elbows tucked in, lift just the top part of your chest off of the floor. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out with a hiss. For cobra pose. And then downward dog. Have you ever seen a dog going for a jog? Down by the bay. So planting the hands, turning the toes under, lifting the hips up high, bringing the ears in between the arms. And then you can move your feet back and forth to pretend like your dog is jogging. And then come down. And then turtle pose. Turtle pose is a lot like flower, except turtle pose is down on the ground, so it's not a balancing one. The feet can be pressed together, the feet can be open, it just depends on where your flexibility happens to be. So again, bring the palms of the hands together, placing the hands inside the legs and then sliding them under for turtle pose. And we always do forehead down for a shy turtle. And then we can do a snapping turtle where we're imagining that we're snapping at one another. So have you ever seen a turtle wearing a girdle? None of the kids know what girdles are. So all of the adults in the preschool classes, we like that one. And then the song ends with, have you ever seen a star? Strong arms, strong legs in the shape of a star. Belly button pulled in, shoulders away from the ears. Have you ever seen a mountain? Nice strong legs, strong bottom, strong middle, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Have you ever seen a hero? All the way down, sitting the bottom onto the heels, bringing the hands down to the mat or right to your waist. You can always imagine what hero you would be, so taking a deep breath here for hero pose. Big breath out. And the last one, have you ever seen a lion? Lion pose is a silly one. The kids like to scream their lion roar. We try to avoid that, but it doesn't work a lot. So for lion pose, you're sitting in hero, placing the hands right on top of the lap. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and roar. You can even cross your eyes, but I don't tend to teach it that way in my classes because it feels like it's too much. So take a deep breath in, open your mouth wide, and roar. Roar! Okay, so let's get this party started. And hopefully you guys can hear the music. This is all new. And dance while we're doing the song. Here we go. It looks like it's loading. Okay. Down by the bay, where yogis play, we like to be, where we feel free. And when we're there, we don't have a care. Have you ever seen a cow that says meow? Cow pose. Drop the belly, lift the tail. Meow. Down by the bay, where yogis play. We like to be where we feel free. And when we're there, we don't have a care. Have you ever seen a boat floating on a goat? So float your boat. Imagining it's on a goat. I don't know. Down by the bay, where yogis play. We like to be where we feel free. And when we're there, we don't have a care. Have you ever seen a flower taking a shower? So come into flower pose however you like getting into it. Hands in the middle, and then shampoo the hair. Where yogis play, we like to be where we feel free. When we're there, we don't have a care. Ever do a dance with ants in your pants? So do dancer pose first. Lean forward, other side. And then you can shake your shoulders, shake your elbows, shake your hands, shake your bottom. See if you can shake the ants out of your pants. Shake your whole body. Have you shaken the ants all the way up? Down by the bay, where yogis play. We like to be where we feel free. And when we're there, we don't have a care. Did you ever see a snake baking a cake? All the way down, belly button to the mat. Elbows pulled in, hiss. Down by the bay, where yogis play. We like to be where we feel free. And when we're there, we don't have a care. Have you ever seen a dog going for a jog? So downward dog, and then carefully run your feet together. Down by the bay, where yogis play. We like to be where we feel free. And when we're there, we don't have a care. Have you ever seen a turtle wearing a girdle? Down behind the bay. Turtle pose all the way under. Down by the bay. Let's play. Like to be where we feel free. And when we're there. Ever see a star? Ever see a mountain? Ever see a hero? Ever see a lion? Roar! Down by the bay. That's where we'll lay. It's almost time for resting garden. We've had some so let's start bringing your whole body all the way down. So now we'll rest. Slowly bring the body all the way down, nice and slow. Start resting the shoulders and the back of the legs and the arms. And it's time to chill. Slowly and gently raise one leg up into the sky. Squeeze all the muscles. Tight, tight, tight. Roll the foot in one direction and the other. Squeeze tight. Slowly and gently lower the leg to the ground. Roll it around and forget about it. Lift the other leg high in the sky. Squeeze all the muscles. Tight, tight, tight. Roll the ankle in one direction and the other. Squeeze tight. Slowly and gently lower down. Raise both of your strong yoga arms into the sky. Squeeze all the muscles tight. Roll the wrists in one direction and the other. Open the fingers up wide. Squeeze tight. Slowly and gently lower all the way down. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Squeeze all the muscles of your face. And then on the exhale, relax from the top of the head all the way to the bottoms of the feet. Closing the eyes, quieting the voice, and finding some stillness. Keeping your eyes closed and your body still, listening to the story. Pretend that you're lifting up into a beautiful fluffy cloud. A cloud so big and so thick it holds you gently and safely inside. As the cloud lifts higher and higher into the sky, feel the cool air coming in through the nose. Let it feel soft on your skin. And as you're floating, I invite you to start noticing. Noticing how you feel. Noticing what your imagination feels like today. Perhaps taking a look at your sky, imagining that it's day, or perhaps it's nighttime. Maybe you see the sun or the moon, or maybe it's that beautiful time of day when you can see both the sun and the moon. As you're floating, start imagining where you want to rest today. It can be anywhere that your imagination takes you. You could imagine that you're hiking up a mountain, walking next to the ocean, feeling the warm sun on your skin, hearing the ocean waves rolling in and rolling out. You could imagine floating in a pool. You could imagine the coziest place inside your home or a cozy place inside your school that you like to curl up with a book. You could create a place from your own imagination. And once you decide where you want to rest today, slowly and gently lower your cloud and start walking into your resting garden. As you walk in, start thinking about the colors that you might see, the textures you might feel, the sights, sounds, and smells. Notice how you feel. I invite you to feel safe and loved, strong and proud, kind, brave and able, calm and peaceful. For just a few moments, I'll let you rest, and then you'll hear my voice again. As you start to hear my voice again, take just a moment and notice your stillness. And then slowly and gently make your way right back over to your fluffy cloud. Slowly start to climb on board, letting the calmness linger and stay with you. Take just a moment to give gratitude for everything that your body can do. Give gratitude for everything that your body is learning to do. I invite you to give gratitude for everything that your mind is capable of, knowing that you are beautifully and perfectly made just the way that you are, exactly the way that you are. And the world is so lucky to have you in it. As you make your way to your fluffy cloud, let the cloud lift you high in the sky, safely and gently and softly, feeling the cool air coming in through your nose, letting it feel soft on your skin. As you float back through the sky, notice if the sky looks any different than when you started. And then slowly and gently lowering the cloud down, right back into your yoga mat, or right on top of your carpet. Wiggle your fingers and toes, wiggle your nose. And then gently and slowly come back to a seated position. Taking your time, not rushing your siblings, maybe not rushing your parents, or whoever's taking care of you today. Join me in a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing the fingertips down to the earth. Taking one big breath in through the nose, filling the stomach, expanding your ribs, sipping into the chest, and then a long, slow exhale, draining from the chest, the ribs, pulling the belly button all the way into the backbone. Taking one more deep inhale, lifting the arms all the way up, gathering this beautiful energy you helped create into the palms of your hands, exhaling to heart center. Thumbs to the heart, reminding us that we are all connected one to another by no mistake. May the whole world be filled with peace and joy, love and light, and lots of peaceful children, lots of peaceful teachers, lots of peaceful families. So may you be safe, may you be well, may you be at ease, may you be at peace. Namaste, the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the class, please share it with friends. I'll try to show up every week for you while we are in this uncertain circumstance, but reminding each other that we are all in it together. So I appreciate you and I am blessed by you. So thank you for being here today, and hopefully we will see